Yes, a very warm welcome also from my side, and happy to be part here. Joining on a bit of a different species, from a different species perspective today. I want to present the Live WolfAlps EU project and give a bit of an overview what we are doing within this project and what has been done for wolf conservation. So. Okay. Yes. You see the next slide?
Yes, it works.
Okay, now it works. Perfect. So I work for the Veterinary University of Vienna, and for the WolfAlps EU project, the title is Coordinated Actions to Improve Wolf-Human Coexistence at the Alpine Population Level. The major goals of the project are population surveillance, management, and the protection of wolves in the Alps. And at the same time, we are really aiming at the reduction of human-wolf conflicts and for a promotion of coexistence, mainly really through participatory approaches, because the whole project's consortium, we really do believe that wolves can only come back to the Alps if we involve everyone who is, who encounters them in their daily life. For the time frame, the project started 2 years ago in September 2019 and is still ongoing until 2024. The countries involved are Italy, France, Austria, and Slovenia. So we are nearly covering the whole Alps. The German part of the Alps is sadly missing in this project. And of course, Switzerland is not part in this EU financed version. The lead partner is the Parco Naturale Alpi Marittime in Italy, in the Western Alps. And we are a consortium of 14 Italian partners, 2 partners from France, 2 from Slovenia, and 2 partners from Austria. Just to give a short overview, this is some old data from the Wolf Alpine group in the years of 2015 and 2016. In the green circles, you see wolf packs, which have already established in the Alps. And you can see that this, the recolonization of the Alps basically started from the western part, so from Italy and France. Some more recent data from the Live WolfAlps project, which was the previous project to the WolfAlps EU. You can see that packs are slowly establishing also in the eastern part of the Alps. And by now we also have a pack in the alpine part of Slovenia, and numbers are increasing. Just because it's my country of origin and where I work, for the wolves in Austria, we do not have packs established within the Alps yet. You can see that there are 2 packs established in the northeastern part of Austria, but this is already in the Austrian lowlands, so this is not actually within the Alps. And all those colored dots in blue tell you that these are wolves that we have genetically surveyed this year, and all colored blue, those are wolves that are coming from the alpine population. Austria is a bit of a melting pot of populations, so we get wolves from the Central European lowland population, also from the Dinarics, and as you can see, we get a lot of wolves from the Alps. And another pattern that we are seeing with wolves in Austria is that we are, for a lot of them, not able to detect their presence for a long time. So all those yellow colored boxes here, tell you that we have only been able to detect those wolves for less than 6 months, which is, of course, not a long enough time frame to establish a reproducing pack. This just as an overview what the situation looks like currently. Within the WolfAlps EU project, we have measures against illegal wolf killing and the control of poison baits. And there is international coordination of the work of police forces through the Carabinieri Forestali. This is done within the EnviCrime Net, and there's also the live SATEC project, which I believe will also be presented in a few hours within this workshop. We have a transfer of best practices to Slovenian and Austrian police. So there was a workshop where really police officers could learn from the Carabinieri about this issue, which I think is very valuable. There is training and also, of course, interventions of new anti-poison dog teams within Italy and Austria. There are toxicological analysis and, of course, an awareness campaign against poaching and poisoning. And I have asked the partners of the different countries to give me some information to present to you. And just the presentation before me already covered the Italian situation quite well, I think. So I will not probably, repeat this all. This national online portal, I think it's quite useful. We are lacking something like this in Austria, where you can actually publicly see where poisoning is happening. And for the poisoners, I think there is one specific group of poisoners within Italy, and those are truffle hunters, which actually set out poisoned baits to poison other truffle hunters' dogs. So this is a group that was really new to me, and to see that this is also happening. So this is not the case in Austria, and also not a topic in France or Slovenia. Seasonality was already shown, and I believe that Italy has quite successfully used the life funding for the fight against poisoning. So there have been 6 life projects, and I believe a total number of 19 anti-poison dog teams. Not all of them are active anymore, and there are some new ones trained now. So this number is a bit of a varying variable, but so there is, they have actually done a lot, I believe. Also, this was already shown. This is the map from the national monitoring, and every one of these points is a case of poisoning that has been confirmed just within 1 year. So I think this is quite impressive work that has been done. Oops, there it is. And those are the numbers of inspections that have been done from the anti-poison dog teams by the Carabinieri. And you see that, yeah, those numbers are remaining quite constant between 2017 and 2020. And I'm a bit confused because I got those data from the Carabinieri about the species that are injured and the type of poison that is used, and those graphs are a bit different to the ones that have just been shown previously. Just regarding the species composition and also the type of poison used. What is, of course, for the WolfAlps project important is that you can find the Lupo wolf here as a species, which is also poisoned. And you see that there you have just domestic dogs and domestic cats, followed by foxes as the mostly affected species. Right. Then for France and Slovenia, for France, I just got the information that yes, poisoning happens. there also is a centralized national register at the Office de la Biodiversité at OFB if an autopsy is performed on a carcass. However, I was not able to get any data yet because it seemed to be quite difficult to get hold of whoever is monitoring the central national register. But still, I want to point out that there is a national register, which we are also lacking in Austria. And for wolves especially, there was the question raised from the Mercantour National Park if maybe the actual possibility to shoot the species in France might limit poisoning to a certain point. But this, I think, is open for discussions at this point. Slovenia apparently had no report of poisoning of bear, wolf, or lynx since 1992. So this data comes from Slovenian Forest Service. And apparently also no further reports of poisoning of mammals. So they rather have shooting incidents, but as far as they know, there is no poisoning of mammals going on. For birds, there is a report by the Slovenian BirdLife Association, and they estimated a total of 150 to 500 specimens which have been poisoned between 2000 and 2018. And since 2019, they are really also trying to open cases before the competent authorities to further push this topic. And for Austria, I really have to thank my colleagues from the WWF and BirdLife. They have done tremendous work during the last years. And they published a report on wildlife crime in the year 2020, giving a really good overview. And for Austria, we know that illegal persecution is a well-known problem. But for mammals, we actually have no evidence of poisoning for wolves or lynx or bear, but we do have well-known cases of illegal persecution. So shooting is mostly the choice. For birds, there are hotspots of poisoning in northeastern Austria. Martin already showed some of those data, I think, in his presentation. And I think also Rainer had some of these data in his presentation. And there we know that mostly carbofuran, so a carbamate, is used. And we still have a very low number of convictions compared to the number of cases. So what are we doing within the Live WolfAlps EU? As I already said, we have this transfer of best practices with the police, which I think is very valuable because it shows the perspective of the Italian police, who have gained a lot of knowledge in this. And this also may push the Austrian police a bit further to try and find resources, which for them, I have to admit, is also not easy, because environmental crime, you know, is not a big topic compared to other crimes that are happening. We will do workshops with the police forces which are specialized on environmental crimes in Austria, just to give them the opportunity to get to know more about large carnivore species and about how illegal poaching and poisoning can affect them. And we are also training an anti-poison dog unit for Austria. And yeah, further needs, which I also took from the report from my colleagues from WWF and BirdLife. And I really do agree on them. So we need really an expanding cooperation between experts, the executive and the judicacy, just to transfer knowledge and to get further to increase the rate of successful investigations and also the punishment of offenses. And a certain problem that we are facing is that often wildlife crime in Austria runs under administrative criminal law. So this is like when you park your car in the wrong place, you get a fine. And so this is not treated as a judicial crime, but just an administrative crime. So I think we have to join forces to make wildlife crime not like parking your car in the wrong spot. Yeah, thank you for your attention, and I'm happy to answer questions.